Looks like a catwalk execute. Force Electronic off this angle, set up the wall of smokes to cross around the corner. Electronic's got the spot, breaks his ankles, and here comes the push.
Yeah, right up into Cat. Electronic not having a great time. Immediately eradicated by SHR, who goes forward into the waiting arms of Flamis. This time he goes down, and so 4v4 established. The bomb is still making its way towards A, but so are the remaining players on the CT side as they rotate back in. Fame and Flit move ever closer, and now they encroach up the ramp, but that plant is coming in for VP, so at a minimum they'll have, or rather sAw, they're not going to have a bye in the next round at least, but they're still fighting deep into this, and VP on that follow-up into the retake, they've got 2 headshots back, leaving sAw just on 2 players, and Agile's in the one position. He could be a problem, but he's now detected and distracted, and all those kills came in for VP, so they only lose Electronic, and they get the job done.
Yeah, really cool idea to get into the bomb site from sAw, but you could see there was a lack of comfort in how to play the post-plant exactly. I almost think they needed to play it like way more passively.
Yeah, we got to see Icy a little bit last year with Cloud9. I say a very little amount of games that we got to see from him, but honestly, had some impressive games. Obviously impressed VP, so I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to pull off. This force buy is dead, like instantly. There's no chance really for sAw to do much now. They've just been shredded.
You know what? What's kind of a bummer to me about this game is, like, coming into it, my expectations are like the same as they've kind of always been for VP over the past year of disappointment. Is like looking at the names and the experience on the roster and how this team has played historically. It's like this team should really have no issues. But then at the same time, you know, we've seen the problems that they've had just internally with their own game. So you don't really have confidence they're going to come in and just be able to handle business the way it feels like they should be able to.
Yeah, there's no reason to even sort of believe that because there's nothing to look back on. At least with the previous VP squads, you know, you had a whole heap of games and examples that you knew what they're capable of. We actually don't really know what this team's capable of, and so far, not a whole lot.
So that says a lot about the confidence and about how they feel that yesterday's game went. Not too concerned despite the crazy weak scoreline. And just realizing we played like absolute ass. And if we don't play like that, we'll have a better chance.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly can't get too much worse. And was the T side or there was the problems? And I think that is going to be...
Also... Ooh, okay.
Oh, no, no, no.
That's awkward. SHR gets 2 kills of the Tech 9 from lower, just like a missed detail or just a one fight and second player couldn't react fast enough. VP should still be fine, but this does make things weird.
Very weird.
I was going to say Pain as well I would put them as a stronger opponent than sAw. We've seen really good things out of Pain. But
way stronger.
Certainly this round sAw's making it interesting.
Yeah, they got themselves into a 3v2. Now we did say they still should be fine. Fame looking to make the most of that as he takes SHR out of the round, but 50 seconds remaining. Electronic now steps up through middle, so they know where the remaining 2 players are, and so Roman in this 1v2 is going to be sprinting all the way back through spawn to try and get that bomb over towards the B side, which is currently open and is becoming more likely to allow a free plant because both remaining CTs have actually gone over towards A side because of that smoke that he tossed out towards spawn.
Yeah, but there's no armor on this, so once they realize it's happening, which probably should be right now, you could see Crouch, he kind of wanted to take 1 kill and turn this into a one-on-one. He's got a chance. If he can get this kill here, he needs to get aggressive and whittle this down. Just remove one of these players and play the clutch after the fact.
Well, drops on down. Electronic waiting for Fame to come in. They've only got 1 HE grenade. That's the only nade they have. And he actually did get that initial kill, but the trade was perfect. Fame had just got close enough to Electronic to confirm that immediate trade kill, and we've got a 3-0 lead here for VP.
And full kits of utility.
A lot of utility. Oh, SHR, it is quick out long, and it's an immediate death for Flamis, who is not going to be enjoying the start of this gun round. He's gone.
He lost the flashbang gamble. You know, how many are going to get thrown? Which one do I turn and look after? The life of a long player.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to make it. Sometimes you're going to get slapped down before you even make it to safety.
Icy is that car. He doesn't have a smoke, so they're setting up this aggression, but already neutered. And now they're out in the open with it all over in pit.
Well, this round is just a brawl, isn't it? How long? It's just fight after fight. Players in the pit, players peeking long, and now suddenly it's just Flit 1v2, and he's at short. He doesn't have the information on the last 2 players at the moment. He thinks there's a possibility they can still come up short, but both of the remaining players are coming up long side, and that gap is huge.
It's ugly. Flit could take complete advantage of this.
Oh, he can just wait for that cross, and what a shot from Gutierrez. You can't really take advantage of that.
No, damn. All right, Gutierrez, that's a beauty. Will they clear him? Is this enough of a distraction at the corner? This is the idea. Electronic, Flit, Icy, kind of swing, take these fights, let Flamus...
Oh my god. Well, that's free. That's a headshot.
Knife, don't trust the Deagle.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Oh my god, there we go. Second shot, all he needed. And yeah, maybe the knife probably would have been a better decision for that, but a couple of kills come back in for sAw regardless. Now with 45 seconds left, VP have made it a little scary, a little expensive here. But with 40 seconds, there's a time to just breathe and slow down.
Ooh, a dink though.
The side of sAw, they're waiting for the peaks. The Deagle coming back, and Flit's got another one. Smoke down for the cross at CT, and Flit is just dropped down to safety. He can climb his way back up on top of the boxes, but they're going to walk through the smoke at 2 different angles, and he still lands that headshot immediately on SHR, but just wasn't ready for Roman to walk through the wider side of that smoke.
Well, 4 players for sAw huddled outside the mid-double doors. You can start seeing the defense shifting. They don't really know what's going on, so a little bit of utility to delay things, to give the opportunity for Electronic to slide into the position behind double doors. He'll have support as well as Flit comes back. He's going to need it. First kill is his. Mutiris just wants to hold for the swing that's not coming yet.
He's not happy. Well, something's happened that. Tech issue. Or he's just, you know...
No, he was just waiting. He wanted to hear the footsteps for the rotation to the B bomb site, because that's when the attack was beginning. So he was hoping he could pounce. Didn't expect Electronic to get aggressive and swing on him. And with 10 seconds left, sAw's going to sit this one out. 4th round for VP. And they don't have a nade to break it. So I think in their minds are like, we have to respect the smoke. We can't just come through it. Here comes the utility, the set piece, utility out.
Well, AK just got out in time for Fame, and a second headshot lines them up. Bomb down, Fame with 3, and you just can't get past him. It's now Flit left at the back of the site, and Story stuck in the smoke. It is every single kill other than 1 for Fame. He holds down that site just like a boss.
I love to see that out of Fame. That's what I've been missing out of Fame for some time. Good sequence, good quad kill, nice headshots as well. Output of fragging. Aggressive stance from Icy, and he stuck around a little bit too long with indecision and gets picked off on the fallback. 5 on 4 for sAw. Perfect situation to try and recover this half.
But look at this from Agile. He's on a little bit of space long. He's going to try and work with it. He's got his teammate in behind him with a bomb on his back. And Flamus is going to play out from CT.
They just threw a flashbang to show that they wanted to take catwalk control, but it's not going to fool anyone because of that position. And ooh, spam through the smoke is massive. Fame at distance.
SHR has to make the play now. He has to be the player to step up with a multi-kill, and he gets 1. He was so close to that second player, but Electronic with an important headshot. Bomb going down here for sAw. 2v2, 1 long, 1 on the site.
And it is planted for long, so a Story can back away towards long whenever he feels too much pressure.
Electronic so low on health, but he's dumping the util. He's creating distraction, trying to draw eyes towards him to free up Flit to move forward. But Story, instead of staying committed long, he plays at the car instead with his AWP. And they're waiting for the moves of VP back into this retake. But here comes Electronic, and there he goes in an instant. But that off has missed the shot. And as soon as he peeks up again, it's Flit with a follow-up headshot, and the retake goes the way of VP.
Oh, Story is so sad that he missed that shot. A little game of whack-a-mole, and Flit gets the prize at the end. 7-2.
Locked in, but that clutch at the end is absolutely everything to continue this strong first half from VP. Icy wanted the challenge.
That's twice now. Back-to-back rounds, Story's picked Icy off. Icy might have been thinking, I want to challenge because I don't think they'll have an AWP, and he's obviously wrong.
You know, the way he was standing, he's always crouched down in that gap. Man, nice and easy. The Flamus aggressive could get this kill back. Oh, just fades away at the right time.
Yeah, well, he got blinded as well, so he was bailing out. But there's another opening provided by SHR. That's a mid player down, that's a B player down. And you can see on the minimap, SHR starting to hunt into that B bomb site off of his kill. He's just like, I'll go investigate. I'm going to take the risk that no one's here. And he's correct. Out towards long, holding off for this push. VP's, I imagine they just back away from this and save. You could get aggressive and try and find the kill, but you're never going to go for this round. So they're content to just chill in pit, and sAw's content to take round number 3.
If they can win this, they'll have a great half locked in, but it's going to be a short play from the T side.
VP's handled these, though, very, very well. They've handled these kind of short attacks with the kind of the more passive setup. This time, though, Flamus just gets his head ripped off immediately. Icy's going to grab the kill, but needs to protect himself out towards long. Flashes over to take away the angle and can hold for a follow-up push. He's got Flit with him, but with low HP, if the retake is not, if the impetus of the retake isn't these guys coming from CT spawn, Flit can't really get involved. And he's switched out to the op so that Icy can be aggressive with the M4.
Well, Matiris looking over the top, peering down in towards CT. Hasn't seen his victims yet, but now they gather up on the ramp. It's Fame coming in with that first shot. Electronic, double kill. Roman doing what he can from short side. It's a good pick coming in. 1v2 for Roman now to close it, and Icy, it just decapitates him with precision. Icicle to the brain, and that is an 8th round picked up for VP as they come back in on yet another retake.
Yeah, beautiful Molotov to the default plant spot, forces one of the sAw players out into the open, and Electronic has a huge impact position.
Oh, Roman slipping through the smoke in middle. Oh, that is perfect. That's the kind of play he was hoping for. Flick just to walk into him. Looked like he was ready for that possibility, but just wasn't able to react fast enough to stop Roman from being successful in that mid-push forward. Electronic is now put under a lot of pressure inside of the B bomb site, but he's not alone. And look at this aggression from Flamus. It has not worked out for VP. He was looking for the response, but that long push is being watched.
Yeah, well, VP's been able to recover. This one a little bit too far. However, last round, they're going to go for it, so a chance. As Mutiris gets into spawn, should be checkmate, and it's all done now.
I mean, there's, you know, all these kills in this round so far have been coming through a smoke. Roman got his opener through the smoke, and now Fame coming through CT. He's got a double back. Icy long side. You talked about VP flipping these rounds back and finding a way to be competitive again, and they've done it once more. If you're sAw, you can't let this one go. This is your half. A 4th round can make a big difference, and VP are about to rip it from their hands. sAw, the time is in their favor, though, and that grenade does not blast open the smoke, nor does it reveal sHR at all. And so now it comes down to bullets and brawn, and Fame doing everything he can, but time is the problem, and Fame has to stick it. The only chance is if he holds this defuse, and it's stopped in the last second by Agile. Well, there's a setup designed to deal with this exact play of the T side of VP. Story in the lower tunnels unleashes first with the dual Berettas. He's got his teammate up at short. Not necessary to swing that fight, but it gets traded regardless.
Look at the logic in VP's brain, though. They see that aggressive kind of catwalk and Xbox stack, and they say, all right, let's get into the B bomb site. Likely only one defender goes 1 for 1, and they back away. They don't commit. Now the tunnels push, and sHR gets pulled into it. Man advantage for VP.
Yeah, really needed to land at least one of those shots, but sHR going down opens up a whole lot of problems here for sAw. They're down an extra player. VP trying to get that bomb out of the lower tunnels, and that kind of shot is certainly going to help matters for the side of sAw. Electronic going down. The bomb does make it up to shore, just about. Gets over the top. Matiris was close to removing Fame's head, but they get into the site. The bomb plant's coming in, and there's a drop down towards CT as Flitz changed his position. It could be an unexpected angle, and so he gets a few more shots off, but this retake is on, and they're coming in quick.
Awkward fight for him now, though, with Fame inside the bomb site and him down at the lower ramp. He doesn't really have a whole lot of support. It doesn't matter. Fame with the one tap with a P250, and VP gets another pistol.
Dude, that is disgustingly good from Fame. Yeah, I've seen him so many times in that exact position. I feel like that's one of his best spots in Counter-Strike for Fame, is dancing around those boxes on the default of A. He's just so good, so comfortable in those little peaks, and you could see he was so ready for the kind of angle to deal with that headshot at Gandalf. Great work from Fame to win the pistol round.
I really feel for sHR in this round with that kind of a push in tunnels, because I think that's one of the areas where inexperience is like you have the biggest time to catch up, as sHR trying to get a jump on that flank really quickly and not realizing in Tier 1, teams and players have the coordination, just stop, pause, and turn back so quickly. He gets caught off guard and gives him the escape route. Now VP try and get a little tricky, trying to bully that B bomb site with a fast-paced 2-man rush.
Yeah, no commitment behind it, but they're also up against very limited weapons.
That's an interesting round. I wonder if that was designed or just kind of miscommunicated. I mean, 3 players still in T spot. Oh no!
From hearing from Ash describe Flamus, he said he's a player that you can't keep on a leash. He's always wanting to get aggressive, always wanting to make his own play. So perhaps that's one of those rounds where he just calls it himself. I'm going B with the MAC-10. And it has created a little bit of chaos on the server here. Matiris has a chance in a 1v2.
I don't know if Electronic's giving you that kind of a freedom. I don't know if Electronic's the kind of in-game leader who's going to be like, yeah, bro, just rush B. It's fine. You have a feeling. At the B bomb site that's just deployed towards tunnels. And there's the last Molotov. That's the final pieces of utility. And That one is just, again, the inexperience. That Molotov just sells SHR down the river. It's just like, Electron's like, oh, okay, I know where you are.
And it also sucked because there was a gap on the right side of it as well. So
on top of everything,
yeah,
it just sucked.
It was just bad overall. Jill looking up into the tunnels though. Great headshot off the back of the site. It's going to be Flammis to fall, but Fame and Electronic double up in an instant, and so sAw crumbling. So Roman has to come around with a long flank. He's got Story alongside of him. At least gives them a chance to fight next and not lose Dust2 outright.
It's the op, I think. I think if it's 2 M4s, they might actually go for it a little bit. They might actually just test and see if they can find an early kill to make it possible. But Virtus.pro, they understand the situation. They know it's going down. They see Story still alive, and they want to hunt him down. Convening towards long, but good shot onto Flit. Virtus.pro has some money to throw away, but not as much as you'd think. Yeah, Icy looks like he's just going to swing into it as well. This should be Story all day, every day of the week. Flashbang into tunnels, holds it at bay for the moment. Story is ready. Missed shot, and now he's pinned down by the op, and Icy drops him.
Yeah, that's disastrous, and here comes the attack in. sHR can't do anything with his MP9. That's it. Round done, job done, and probably map done. As sAw hang on to the 2 M4s on the other side of the map, but Virtus.pro just barrage through the B bomb site, and once that op misses the initial shot,
and now Roman is going to have a tough time hanging onto the weapon. Up on top of the blue box, might be nice for the first kill. Good jump over from the MAC-10, and Mutiris, he probably knows he ain't surviving. Blinded, good utility from VP, even in the closing moments of the round in garbage time, and Mutiris does get away. Just ends before that corner can be turned.
Double setup at short. Going to be set up here for Story. Flash is going in. Roman and Mutiris. This is it. This is the fight. If they lose this, the map's done. And it's a 1-for-1 straight away.
2-for-1 now. Make it 3-for-1.
That's it.
Flammis just slides forward, holding the trigger, and there is the cutoff of the mid-rotation. Absolutely perfect. VP got battered on Dust2 yesterday, but they've repaired something. They fixed something between last night and today, and they came in looking hot. It's 13-4.
They're going to start on the CT side, and sAw are going to start on the T side where they didn't want a single round yesterday. So let's see if they can change that here with a pistol round. Agile getting involved. Mid-aggression from Virtus.pro CT side. Oh, they've got caught. It's a little bit awkward, and sHR is going to take that opening.
That was a really slow push for middle, walking very, very early, and a timing that gets you caught from alt mid. They didn't make the push all the way down with any kind of haste or any kind of speed.
Well, we have got Roman investigating over towards B. He's not going around the corner just yet, but that bomb isn't fully committed to A. There's still a lot of time. They can decide to go back. And Virtus.pro realize they can't just sit back. They can't just allow this to go against them. So they're starting to move forward and gather information, and they're going to see that the apartments are quiet.
Yeah, but sAw are aware of these mid pushes, these mid-round pushes from the VP guys. Look at how patient they are. Just sat waiting. You know there's going to be a peak at some point, and a 3v5, VP has to have information. They have to find an equalizing kill. And shout out to VP, because they're making the right call to stack up at the B bomb site. Both teams shifting over to this site at the exact same moment. And if VP stick here, this is their only chance of winning the round.
Dude, the smoke from Flit is huge. It's allowed this delay to happen, and it's given enough time to rotate all the remaining forces over to the B bomb site. This is sAw walking into a trap. This is the best chance for VP to win this round, and Fame has done well with that first kill. Flit alongside of him, and sAw, despite having all of the advantages at the early portion of this round, it has fallen away from them, and they've got to rely on Mutiris, but he goes down to Flit, and they're so low in health, but Roman has one chance, one opportunity, and 18 seconds left. He can't get the way back to A's. He has to go to the B bomb site, and Fame is going to know this, so he stays tucked in behind the ruins, and Roman just has to take a risk, and so he'll put it down in the fountain. He exposes himself to CT, but this is the fight he's hoping for. Out to the left side, he's going to peek it, and remember, the low HP, all he needed was one bullet, but he couldn't connect it, and Fame comes in to close it. A 3K in the pistol round for Fame, and VP flipped this back in their favor.
Yeah, once again, this is the same thing on Dust2. Virtus.pro just able to recover rounds where they're at such a deficiency, and sAw has got to be kicking themselves for letting this one out of their grasp.
A way to ensure the worst start possible here in this first half. Fame, grenade lands on his head at CT spawn, and he fell asleep at the wheel. Roman just charges right through the utility and blasts his head off.
That's a really nice pre-fire from Roman. I don't know if he fell asleep at the wheel. I think he's expecting that smoke to plume, and he's going to be spamming, and then he just gets
deleted,
that pre-fire peak. Yeah. Fair play.
Fair enough, yeah.
It's going to be a save call out of VP. Two A players haven't even budged from their aggressive stances, so sAw have a rebuttal immediately. Round number 2 in their favor.
Well, final few seconds of this round, and it is going to be a bloodbath on this A site. Yet to be seen whose blood, though, will be spilled more, because there's a lot of players here for VP. 4, in fact, ready to defend. And this is about to get messy as sAw get close. Flamis off the balcony. First impact is his. Flick to follow up the double F combo. F'ing them up. And now looking for more shots to come in as they look on up. It's Electronic and Flit alongside Icy, who freezes out the attack forward. sAw don't even get close to the bomb site. Pretty tentative start to the round, but Mutiris getting into the long smoke. His teammate SHR taking a short peek, and he loses his life to Flamis from the balcony. Now Mutiris really needs to be successful, and Electronic might just walk into him. Okay, is Mutiris ready for that kind of play? Electronic to go down in a 4v4.
I bet Electronic's so frustrated about that. He's like, why? What is he doing here? Why is he just sitting in this corner behind the smoke? Now there's only 2 defenders. This one's going to be much harder. Flit and Fame are on the rotation, but it's going to be a minute before they arrive. They need this kill on Rap side. They need Flamis to be able to change his gaze, but he's running out of bullets and goes down. Reinforcements are here, but they can do nothing to assist. So it's a 1v2 for Fame.
He's coming back and he's coming in quick. Problem is they're in 2 different angles and he was focused on the site instead of Graveyard, and so that will cost him his life. Had these constant buys from both teams. CT side money, not in a good enough spot to really warrant a full buy again here, so...
Which surprises me. I thought it was stronger than this. I thought it was strong enough to handle a loss.
Well, maybe this is all they need. Low 5-7, get into the AK upgrade. Flamis gets away, and... Story ready to peek first. Sees the head at the back of the bomb site. He's going to see a lot more, though. And maybe just the sheer numbers of CTs inside of the site might be overwhelming, as once again, VP with pistols and an AK-47 are doing unthinkable damage, and there's no time and there's no space. Roman is pinned in the corner, and he has got 3 players to collect in the next 10 seconds, and that is not allowed to happen. Electronic brings him down with a USP, and VP went around they really had no right to pick up.
Yeah, back and forth now, 5 rounds straight to open this half. Neither team winning 2 in a row, but that one hurts if you're sAw. Such a bummer. You never expect 5 players to be. You kill 2 in the site, there's still 2 more to deal with. That's craziness.
I got to use it up towards top middle.
I think it's kind of a bummer because, I mean, with this kind of force buy war going back and forth now, you obviously want to win this and return it again if you're sAw, but maybe the best outcome is just damage. Just keep that economy low so you go back and forth and eventually you can grind it down, but it's going to be tough to do with these Tech 9s. Mutiris does slip past the gaze of Flit. Electronic is very, very low, so a good chance to grab a double if you're Mutiris.
Well, Fame is just trying to cut off Speedway, but it's about timing, and he gets back to the right angle at the right time, and then Electronic peeks out with a distraction set up. That gives him enough space to play with Electronic to another headshot, leaving Agile at CT spawn. Now, he's going to walk down the right side of that wall. He's evaded the gaze so far of Fame, and now has to swing with that Tech 9, and Fame is so sharp, so a headshot no problem for him.
He's real good today, isn't he? Yeah, if one drops off to watch, now it's a vertical stack. Much more powerful.
This looks very scary indeed.
Yeah.
But they're going to go through CT instead, so they're going to avoid that. Flit dealing with the archway push. Mutiris is going to go down, and that B-split potential is now dying. It is dying very quickly.
Well, it's the bomb alone in CT.
Yeah, exactly.
So, good luck. This round's over.
Yeah, good night.
And once again, like, look at the clock, too. There's 18 seconds, and he's making that walk through the CT spawn lane alone with the bomb. He did have a teammate with him, obviously, but it's like... Yeah, I think this is where you see sAw really trying to manage maybe 2 new players in the team and not having the same pacing. They're used to the same level of aggression, of assertiveness, of taking initiative. They feel it. They probably don't realize what it is, but they're very much telegraphing what they're doing in a way that Virtus.pro easily understands.
Well, 1 for 1. To kick things off, not bad. Here's a boost coming up here for Virtus.pro. Flit on top of his teammate's head, and it was just to try and see if there was a player standing on the logs he could punish, but that's not the case. Flamis aggression. Now, we are very used to seeing Flamis being aggressive, and he's loving it now as they are up 6-2. The leash has been loosened, and he can get all the way in behind them.
Yeah, this is nice. He's got a sick timing. Flit and Fame at the B bomb site. There is a Molotov to delay things a little bit longer, and if that flank is coming in, that Molotov can be huge, but it's dropped.
Oh my god. That is not what they hoped for. And now they've got Fleur at the back of the site. That flank has to speed up. Flam is trying to get it behind, but he's being watched now as well. So it's all on Fleur at the back of the site. He does very well to get a double. Flam has got one on the flank, and now he's coming in. So Roman realizes he's stuck in a 1v2.
Good play, really good play.
This is sick. He's found the gap, but Icy goes back to adjust, and Roman still will find that headshot. Flamus has moved closer, and Roman now knows, based on that utility, how close Flamus really is. But does Flamus decide to go through CT?
Yeah, he challenged it. Is he going to get the idea? Is he going to get the sense? Is he going to understand? He's not even looking at CT spawn, so he very much knows, or is making the guess that Roman's stuck around at this B bomb site.
And Roman's still looking towards Banana, over towards Pool. Flamus could have gone anywhere at this point, and so Roman has to take a risk and just plant him behind the fountain, just get that bomb down, and try and pull Flamus towards him. This is for all 5. This would be the Roman Royal Flush. If he can get all 5 kills here, he's looking for Flamus towards CT spawn, but that ace is prevented, and Flamus steps up. He started the round with a flank, and he finishes it towards CT.
That's a tough clutch. A lot of credit over to Flamus. That's a very tough clutch to keep track of where exactly Roman's going. He extinguishes that Molotov smoke to cover the exit towards CT spawn, forces Flamus to make a guess, a decision. It's the correct one. A very beautiful round from Roman. I love that play. Realizing the flanks coming in, realizing the oppers at CT spawn, getting aggressive on one of them, catching him off with a nice timing.
Looking to be a nuisance in the halls again. He's got Icy to back him up. But as Icy misses that shot, Flamus feels less comfortable sticking around, so he goes aggressive down into the mid-fight. That's the bomb.
Just been a crazy trend throughout this whole half, the way they've been able to read sAw time and time again.
And we shouldn't see Fang get blasted off the coffin too easily. He'll get 1, but they actually do very well to get those 2 kills. Now Electronic coming out of the darkness, denies. There's the little surprise himself. He's got himself 1 and a second locked in. 31 HP for Flamus. Got himself tickled in the flames. Oh, here they come. Flamus, you gotta deal with that. Dink gets out. Electronic able to do pretty well on the initial haul with damage, but it's all on the AWP now because his teammates are all going down, and Icy, cold inside of the site. It's an AWP shot to close it out. That's what we're talking about from Icy. All of his teammates go down, and when it's put on him, he can do it with a little gun and close it with a big one.
I'm not
a lot of,
I'm not that much of a moron.
You bloody Americans.
Well, like you're restricted in your options. You know, if you want to speak Portuguese and you want to grab those players, it's like you only have limited people to go to. Meanwhile,
unless you want to fly some Brazilians out.
True. Maybe that is an idea.
Easier said than done, I'd imagine.
Now, VP obviously not an international lineup. What, 4 Russians and a Kazakhstani?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, you're kind of pulling from players who've played on pro teams before as well. Like you get like a different caliber.
It's a much deeper scene.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. More of a developed Counter-Strike scene out there, and we've got ourselves a 1-for-1. Flamus' story going blow for blow, and this half's about to round out heavily in favor of VP, regardless of the outcome in the next few seconds here, but sAw fighting on, and Agile good shot into the pit, so 2v2.
All right, well, he does get the bomb plant in time. Nade gonna rain in. Ooh, decent damage. Chunked down a little bit. 1 in pit, 1 inside the bomb site. Mutiris is just going to hold for the Hall's push, but it ain't coming. It's Fame up lane.
He's only got 2 flashes left. He's used one of them now. It'll go up into the sky. That's the second one. Fame coming in. Great kill from Agile. He'll close out this half very likely now in favor of a 3rd round for sAw, and Flit goes down. So 9-3, Virtus.pro looking like the team that's going to stay alive here in Katowice. And for sAw, they might be going home. These look like water pistols. I like it, Story.
Just lining them up. Here we go.
Splash them. There's the grenade. And get into the open. Not exactly successful in the first attempt. And they come around the corner and shred his face off. It's now SHR doing what he can. He draws back into the fire. He's able to get up on top of first oranges. His teammate Roman is taking significant damage on board. He's on 5 health in behind the coffins. And that's about to be opened up, and he's going to be forced inside. SHR in the descent. He's now left alone because his teammate's dead. He's got the rotation coming in, but it's not all that helpful. And SHR eventually, death by 1,000 paper cuts, will be taken out from first oranges, leaving Mutiris in a 1v2. And we know how important this pistol round is to sAw's hopes of even a slight comeback, and it's not going to happen. It is 10 rounds for VP. But they're going to have to leave. Can't hang around and relax all day. They're going to have to deal with his A-plate. And it's going to be pressure towards long. Might even try and get in towards the archway here for a B split, but Mutiris has got that idea. He's going to check it. Oh, they really needed the library success. They needed kills there. And now it's one player on the B bomb site. You can see how panicky Roman is now. He realizes, I'm likely going to have to deal with a fight in Banana. Fortunately, it's not much of a fight. It's quite easy, in fact, because Flit have very low health, and now they're coming in through CT spawn, so Roman has a shot at this.
Yeah, but that's perfect for Flit. I mean, you jump through and you get killed, but you've just found where the player is for your teammates. They can watch this smoke. He's coming through, wants to stop the plant. He needs that kill on Flamus, and he's got it.
Oh. He was actually pretty close to the low HP player as well, but not able to connect it. Now down to a 2v3, and a lot of these close scenarios have gone the way of VP. Can this be another round where Virtus.pro step up with numbers against them? Icy from the back of the site. Fame peeks up from coffins, and yeah, the question I pose is certainly looking like we're going to find the answer as Agile dives down into the bomb site. 1v2, no kid on his back, and time running thin. It looks all over now for sAw. Roman does what he can, but VP, even when they are in a tough situation, they're able to battle their way out of it.
Yeah, that's been a trend all the way back to the first map on Dust 2. It's just like, doesn't matter. 3v5, 4v5, 3v4. Virtus.pro's been recovering all of them throughout this whole day against sAw. Spectacular. Even with the early damage done, the early advantage, none of it matters. Virtus.pro finding all the solutions.
They're going to give everything they've got, anything they have left here in Katowice. It's going to be Agile to fall down first, Fame to remove him. Mutiras fighting on, but only one out of the bedroom.
See what I mean? Like, they get this kill of the alt push, and all three of them are immediately like, okay, if that's coordinated with somebody, the next peek is going to be coming from balcony.
And he can try and force them back, and in fact, he doesn't even need to do anything. Just him being spotted forces that rotation to come back. And he actually might get here in time to be competitive, especially with a kill through the smoke.
Virtus.pro is second guessing. They kind of hesitated to go into the B bomb site once he realized, hey, they're not actually flanking down middle whatsoever. They could be there. So now it's just a heads up 3-on-3 retake.
Will sAw survive for another round at least, or will Virtus.pro close this out? Certainly looks like VP have the idea of rounding this one out. And for sAw, last year was full of successes, full of steps forward, but a huge step backwards as there will be no sAw in sight in the next stage here in Katowice. They go out dead last in the stage one.